The floor. Or for the visiting.
Welcome, everyone. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Josh Giddey.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. LeVert out there with Daniels. And it's Reza Shea in at the 3 slot. And for Chicago, they've got Dosunmu. Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Ball in at the point guard. Now Reza Shea following the miss by Lonzo Ball from deep. The shot by Okongwu, no good. And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
And that one's good. Daniels.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
Fires from way outside. Atlanta with the rebound.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
The classic breakdown with the ball, sending it right out of bounds and giving the defense a freebie.
Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Here's Daniels. 2 points. That one goes. Daniels has got 5 now.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Vucevic with the bucket.
And I love how Ball accepts the contact on his way up, not allowing it to alter his shot.
And here's Daniels. 5 points in the game. Boom, and jams it straight down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Pass to LeVert. Fires for 3. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And Reza Shea, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch. At his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
How about that finish by Buzelis, the rookie, getting it done?
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Hawks?
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
2 minutes.
Now, here's Okongwu. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Giddey against LeVert.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
And Okongwu slams it in.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that play. I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
There is no doubt that Ball brings his blank gear to the arena. The man has a little bit of bounce on him.
Here's Daniels. He's covered by Ball. Johnson the screen. Three-pointer, Daniels. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Okongwu, the pass to Daniels. Back to Okongwu. On the wing, Daniels. He's covered by Ball. Bangs home the trifecta.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Buzelis. It's good from long range. Buzelis has got 8 points.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high-quality shooting.
Dives to the hoop.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they're in control on both ends of the court, and it's always impressive when you build a double-digit lead in the first quarter.
From outside the arc, it's good. The assist that time from Ball. And 11 points for Buzelis. And so it's Atlanta holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And for the Hawks guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
On the court for Atlanta, the front court is Rizuche and Johnson. Daniels out there with LeVert, and it's Okongwu in its center.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
Offensive rebounding is about hustle and determination. Huge putback, making a statement there.
Here's Vucevic. Jalen Johnson picking up that last basket.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Daniels kicks to Okongwu. Here on opening day, and what a great day it is. Greg, what are these players feeling as they tip off this new season?
It is always exciting to start a new season. Players are just filled with hope and optimism, especially after putting in all that offseason work. Well, you don't see many guys with Buzelis' length run the pick and roll. His potential is unreal.
It's LeVert with the drive, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Now, here's Ball. Lets it go from the wing. Here's Buzelis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You get the sense that guys are still trying to figure out how to guard Buzelis.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works with the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
And that one's good. Daniels.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And now Daniels pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Buzelis. He's got 13.
And at almost 7 feet, Buzelis is really tough to slow down. And when he's on, there's not much you can do.
Daniels kicks to Okongwu. Pass to LeVert. Okongwu with a screen on Giddey. 5 to shoot. The Hawks need to get off a shot here.
Remaining in the first half.
The three from Johnson. Vucevic with the ball. With this pause in the action, let's show you the teams that have scored the most points in the league last season. Number 5, the Hawks.
I just loved how this team attacked their opponents. You could see their confidence grow as the year went on, and the points really started to pile up.
Now Ball. After Jalen Johnson missing on the last three-pointer. The drive by Ball. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Okongwu with the screen for Rizachet. Banked in off the glass. Rizachet's got the lead up to 13 now for the Hawks.
Oh, that's a great sign for Rizachet, proving he can handle the physicality of the NBA.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. Ron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 through 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you. The shot by Buzelis, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Daniels. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
LeVert against Giddey. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And just so good at reading angles. When LeVert spots a lane to the rim, he is all over it.
Ball, no good. The Hawks leading by 14. 19 seconds left now here in the second. Okongwu a screen to the left wing. Lets it fly. And the wing jumper offline.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Buzelis. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got assist number 5 here tonight. 1 second left. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
That's the play that pumps up the whole team, and they'll try to carry that energy into the next period.
Guys, I want to talk about something else for just a second. Is it me, or have the alternative jerseys around the... Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Hawks.
It's all been gravy.
And that'll do it for half.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we'll be right back after this. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been one outstanding game from Buzelis.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
The way to limit those offensive boards, it's just effort, guys. Whoever is guarding him has to get to position and beat him to the spot.
Terry is out there with Kobe White. Then it's Williams. Then it's Kevin Huerter. And it's Collins in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. Here's Niang. Count it.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
White looking around. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Here's Niang. And it's off from three-point range. Bulls trail by 12. Now Herter. He has yet to score with the drive.
You love to see that from Herter. If teams are going to guard against his three-point ability, you have to make them pay and just blow by them.
Pass to man. Here's Krejci. Screen by Niang. Just 3 to shoot. Drills it from outside.
Krejci.
And the Hawks lead by 13.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Here's White. Trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Richard, the steady improvement of Kobe White certainly has been fun to watch.
It certainly has, Kevin. He's starting to put it all together now, and it can take multiple years. We all knew he could score, but now his passing and his rebounding have also improved.
Here's Niang. Pass to Gay. Here's Man. Capella with a screen on White. Shot clock at 5 from downtown. And it's Capella missing.
Kobe White.
Bulls trail by 13. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Capella. Pass to Krejci. Now, Man. White covering. Here's Capella. Rebound by the Bulls. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically, like the aggressiveness there.
Here's Man. Still yet to score. Here's Krejci. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter of the game. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Williams has a screen for White. Off target from three-point range.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
Buries the long-range jumper.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Williams' shot is off.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Pass to Gay. Here's Krejci. Terry covering. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Clint Capella, he had a strong showing last season. 9th in rebounding and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
He was a top 10 rebounder last season for good reason. He's an incredibly intense guy to compete with. And for a full game, too. I mean, just nonstop. White, good.
And you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
Here's Man. Hasn't made one yet. They push it up 4-on-3. Outside White. Outside Collins. Herter with a screen on Capella. Collins. And finish off by Collins.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Here's Krejci. The Bulls getting the bucket. Pass to Gay.
Out of bounds.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He's still got a good outcome.
Krejci, no good. It could go. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Not just playing selflessly, but also making a smart decision with the ball.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Levert out there with Daniels. And it's Rizashea in at the three. Now here's Dosunmu. Good D by Johnson. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. And it's Jalen Johnson with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Bulls trail by 13. Poke loose. To the middle. Here's Vucevic. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
That's just an aggressive finish by Vucevic. Once he gets strong inside positioning, he's looking for the finish.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Okongwu a screen. 6 to shoot. Puts up a 3. That shot missing. Bulls have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Ball, the pass to Vucevic. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. The Hawks leading by 11. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. A wide open look here for Okongwu. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Chicago has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Buzelis' shot is good.
A smart pass there, setting up Buzelis in a position to cash in.
Here is Daniels. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Driving in. Unable to get that one. Excellent D there from Ball. Pass to Dosunmu. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 7th assist here tonight.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Daniels with it. He's covered by Ball. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Yeah, it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
And the 3 ball is good.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
But it took them a little while to get there. Just goes to show, as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
And here's Daniels following Lonzo Ball's 3. Daniels kicks to Levert. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
3.
Levert's got 5 points in the quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Outside, Ball. Vucevic setting the pick for Ball. Tries again. At the top of the key, Buzelis. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Onyeka Okongwu.
A really talented youngster. Matas Buzelis comes from Lithuania, and they have a very rich basketball history there, and he's hoping to add to it. Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
Here's Daniels. Kicks it out to Johnson. And they pick up 2. And the Hawks lead by 8.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Pass to Buzelis. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got assist number 8 here in this one already. The Hawks leading by 6. 1:09 left here in the fourth quarter. Daniels passes to Okongwu. Off target with his 3. For Chicago, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. It's to Giddey. Buzelis with the ball. Johnson on him. They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession. Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Count it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Oh, that is just a big shot for Ball. I like seeing him step up and show that leadership.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaking. You can't make the second free throw either. Listen both.
Can't waste any time here.
It needs to be a quick shot, then a quick foul.
Offensive rebound. Over to the left wing. Lets the 3 fly. Offensive rebound. Pass to Buzelis. Lets it go with the 3. No good there. And so the Hawks take the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just...
shot.
It's the NBA on 2K. Case for sports. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Josh Giddey.
He's been on a tear offensively these past few months, and you know how much they love the extra points he provides. He's been shouldering a bigger load recently, and I think he's just getting started.
And a look at the starters for Charlotte. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Josh Okogie is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Chicago, Josh Giddey out there with Ball. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. Then it's Buzelis. And it's Dosunmu in at the small forward position. Here's Okogie. Nurkic up top, covered by Vucevic. Shot by Nurkic, no good. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Greg.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And that just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Three-pointer, Bridges. Charlotte again missing. Here are the Bulls with the ball. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I spoke with the Bulls head coach earlier. When I asked him about Yusuf Nurkic, he noted how physical he was. And he said to me, we need to focus on boxing him out and not letting him get offensive rebounds. Our guys need to play toughness tonight. Seems like there will be plenty of action on the glass tonight, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And so here is Chicago. Half to the basket by Charlotte. The three from Ball. Ball with another miss.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field. It seems really frustrated.
Nurkic against Giddey. Nurkic passes to Ball. Bridges outside. 5 on the clock. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. Here's Miller. Rebound by the Bulls. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. The three from Ball. The rebound by Bridges.
Just 1 for 5. Not the start they were looking for. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get on track.
And it's Bridges with the jam.
Boy, look how easily Bridges shoots through the contact there. I mean, his mechanics are strong, as is his body.
The shot by Buzel is no good. The Hornets have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Graham.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who will keep things moving.
Well, I like this from Okogie. I mean, still refining his perimeter game so he makes his presence felt inside.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Ball with it, guarded by Vucevic. Bridges outside. We've got 1:48 left to play in the first quarter. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
Oh, the big man, Nurkic, from super close range.
Got a piece of it. Sumu outside to stop the drought. Hits the trifecta.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Hornets leading by 3. Ball passes to Nurkic. 4-3. Oh, he drains the 3, and he'll go to the line for one more. It's going to belong to Nikola Vucevic, and this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, someone who has battled injuries. Great to see Yusuf Nurkic out there tonight.
1:07 left in the first. Ball no good.
Yeah, that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
From outside the arc. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic with it. Nurkic picks him up. Sumu for 3. Miller pulls it in. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter. Right at the free throw line, and Ball gets it to go.
Hey, the mid-range can be touch and go for Ball, but he takes a nice, smooth shot that time.
Zealous shot is good.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
20 seconds left in the first quarter here. Ball against Ball. Good D by Ball.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Gets it off. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Charlotte with a 6-point lead at the close. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Well, they found their offensive openings in the mid-range, and they continue to find ways to open up those jump shot opportunities.
Something else they're doing well tonight, guys, lots of points in the paint. Something to continue to keep our eye on.
Lonzo Ball is out there with Josh Giddey. Then there's Ayo Dosunmu. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. And it's Buzelis in at the 4. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Nikola Vucevic has seen a lot in his decade plus in the league, and he said the game has changed. Now you have centers that can pass, put the ball on the floor, make plays, and shoot threes, play like guards, and you can't get stuck in time. You have to be able to adjust.
Allie, he's certainly got the skill level. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Brandon Miller. That's his first foul of the game. And here are the Bulls now. 6-point game. Ball. And it's opening night. Great to be here with you, Clark.
Always great to be with you as well, B.A. And this is perhaps my favorite night of the year when you talk about the NBA opening night. So much excitement, so much anticipation, and we know the rest of the season will deliver. Really important for Ball to maintain his poise around the basket. That's what allows him to take a bump like that and still convert it.
Charlotte leading by 6. Ball looks over the floor. Ball ventures inside and converts.
This is what height in the backcourt gives you. Ball can get almost anything he wants in there because of that size.
There's Ball with a 3. Rebounded by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now. Miller against Ball. Now here's Miller. Defense right on him. Driving inside. There's the block.
Ball's size and timing really an asset when it comes to him blocking shots.
The shot by Buzelis no good. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Well, with the Hornets, they're still seeking their first NBA title, Clark.
Yep, and you think about all the talent that's come through the Queen City, B.A. playoff success has eluded them. I mean, hopefully it's just a matter of time before their fans have something to cheer about.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Miller against Ball. And Ball throws it down.
Oh, you can't let Ball get this deep. I mean, once he's this close to the rim, that far inside, he's ready for the throwdown.
Okogie's shot is off. Bulls trail by 9. Ball right side. The Hornets pull it in. Nurkic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Okogie. And it's Kitty with a rebound. Chicago has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second.
2 minutes.
Let's go with a 3. Drains the triple.
Like, sometimes the threes can really boost your confidence, and I'm sure it'll do just that for Giddey.
1:44 left in the second period. There's Ball with a 3. Rebound by the Bulls. Ball with it. He's got 6. Oh, he misses the dunk.
Tell you what, he does not miss many of those. He's usually a very strong finisher in tight.
And down it goes. 2 points. Okogie's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Boy, that's a great job by Okogie to get out in front and finish off the break.
Ball with it. Guarded now by Ball. Here's Buzelis. Pass to Vucevic. To the left side wing. The 3 from Ball. Okogie pulls down the board. Charlotte leading by 8. Ball outside. Shoots over Ball. Ball no good.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Stolen by Miller. Now the Hornets moving it up. Ball no good.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
19 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Miller outside. Pass to Okogie. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, the teardrop falls in. Okogie's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There was very little defense for that.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets earning this break in the action, up 10. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Looking at the Bulls, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, Switching back to that first half of action, everything's been working for the Charlotte Hornets.
Offense.
Thanks, as always.
And if you're just joining in, 1 half is in the books, 1 half to go. LaMelo Ball with a strong contribution so far in this one.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
On the court for the Hornets. Mark Williams out there with Williams. Then there's Trey Mann. Then it's Green. And it's Moore in at the 2-guard position. Here's Moore. Williams a screen on White. Moore passes to Williams. It's good. Williams has got his first 2 points.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now. They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Now here's Green. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Fires the three. Three-pointer. Chicago with a rebound.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Ryan, there are some players who felt the 65-game requirement for postseason awards was too high. The NBA's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, said, quote, "You're still allowed to miss 20% of the season. People pay to go, and they want to see their stars play." Ryan, it's all about the fans.
True enough, Allie. Thanks.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Put the first three misses behind them and finally ended their third-quarter drought.
The recent years have been a bit of a struggle for the Hornets, Clark.
No doubt about it, B.A. I mean, they've dealt with injuries that have really been problematic and roster changes as well. I mean, very much a team in transition, trying to figure out who they are and what they can be. And it's hard to get things clicking when you're having changes in your roster compounded by injuries as well.
White for three. And again, hits the Bulls from deep.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Now here's Williams. Outside, Green. Back to Williams. Second chance effort. Got it. Williams has gotten 4 this quarter.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough to get down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Now here's man. Williams, a screen on White. Outside, Williams. They grab their own miss. Man misses. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Chicago. They trail by 14. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. That'll be the end of a 3-game homestand.
You just can't find a consistent way to score, and this team could certainly use it.
Here's Moore. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. To the left wing. Green against Herter. Williams, a screen on Herter. Green for 3. He can't get it to go. The Bulls have gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. Herter gets the bucket.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
Outside man. Shot from 16, and he hits the jump shot. Man's got 5.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Now here's White. 6 points for him, and there's the foul. It's on Kobe White. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
So Chicago ends up going with a new group. Man with it, hounded by ball. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Takes a 3, and that one's good. Man's got 8 here in this quarter. Ball outside. The deep 3. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets leading by 17 at the end of the period. And their defense. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Buzelis. Ball is out there with Josh Giddey. Then there's Nikola Vucevic, and it's Dosunmu in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Three-pointer, Buzelis. Williams grabs the board.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And here's Green from the arc. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Every player goes through this. When your shots aren't going down, it can ding your confidence. And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Outside man. Outside, Green. Here's Williams. Tries again. And the layup is up and in.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Vucevic's shot is off. Charlotte leading by 22. Pass to Williams. Down low. It's stolen. And now the Bulls in transition from deep. Giddey hits the three-pointer.
This is their plan in the second half, to try to use the three-point shot to shrink this deficit.
Williams finds Williams. Back to Williams. Clark, one topic that gets its share of attention, illegal screens.
And with good reason, because guys are bigger, stronger, a lot of pick and roll action. So you've got to be more diligent in cracking down on those screens that are illegal. The game is extremely fluid. Guys are in constant motion. But I think it's a hard call to make consistently, but the officials have to keep working at it.
Here's more. Giddey defends. And he's going for the oop here.
Solid screener. Williams able to set the pick, then release and score.
For Chicago, they've gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the fourth. Drops in the three. Vucevic has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Launches a three. Man, misses. Bulls trail by 20. The three from Ball. Williams grabs the board.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
1:49 left to play in the fourth. Pass to Moore. 6 on the shot clock. No good on the three. Chicago has gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands.
Yeah, he wanted credit for the basket and the assist on that one.
Fires the three. Man, misses.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Hornets.
They made the most of the extra rebounds tonight. Helped them out a lot.
Yeah, when you look at these teams, they're both great rebounding clubs. And any night, either one could have the advantage on the boards.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency from Mark Williams.
Oh, I liked how he mixed it up on the glass. Wasn't afraid to get in there and do the dirty work. Showed some real grit and toughness tonight.
Here's more. Giddey defends. Jacks up a three. That shot, no good. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Buzelis. Oh, he's finally able to knock one down. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Man, hounded by Ball. Now Man. Shot clock at 5. Fires fires away from way outside. Misses the shot. And so Charlotte takes this one by a big margin.
End of the game.
This one wasn't even close. The hometown.
This season's still very young, Greg. What are you looking forward to this year?
Oh, well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Nurkic is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at the 3 slot. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, this guy, that's one way to create your own offense for Miles Bridges. Get to the offensive boards. Nice.
Here's Daniels driving to the basket.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. Ball feeling it out a bit. From deep. Okongwu grabs the board. We're about 1 minute into the first. Daniels kicks to LeVert. Back to Daniels. Down low. Stolen by Ball. Pass to Okogie. And here is Bridges. Here's Nurkic. Fires from deep. Buries it from three-point range.
Oh, don't you love the confidence Yusuf Nurkic has? Normally, guys, he's setting a screen or trying to open teammates. This time, it's a little catch and shoot.
One thing this team likes about Miles Bridges, Greg, he plays a lot. He's always there.
And Kevin, on a couple occasions, Bridges has been near the top in minutes played. He's got that strong 6'7" frame, and it holds up well over the season.
Now, here's Ball. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Well, the great length and the great size of the backcourt, LaMelo Ball continues to improve as an interior scorer.
Daniel from outside. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And that one's good. Reza Shea.
Possessing good size and impressive versatility. The rookie, Reza Shea, looking comfortable operating inside.
Outside, Ball. Takes a 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
And Doris, a new era began in Charlotte after Michael Jordan's departure as owner in 2023.
And Kevin, with that ownership change, there's always a transition period, and it may take a while for the Hornets to find success, but there are some reasons for optimism, and you begin with the young point guard.
And the Hawks with possession here after the basket by Charlotte. Johnson left side. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Miles Bridges.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And both free throws good for Johnson. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Outside, Ball. This one for 3. LeVert grabs the miss. And so LeVert will bring it up for the Hawks. Trailing by 2. Here's Daniels. Pass to Johnson. Back to Daniels. Okongwu, the pass to Daniels. Now, here's Okongwu. Covered by Miller. Shot clock at 3. Okongwu kicks to LeVert. Back to Okongwu. Another shot. The Hornets pull it in.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Out to Miller, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Hawks have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Okongwu with a screen on Miller. Pass to Okongwu. Here's LeVert. He's covered by Ball. Ball against LeVert. Clock at 6. Now here's Johnson. Takes the 3. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Now here's Ball. He's covered by Daniels.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Rizichet. Into the lane. And the dunk by Rizichet.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Hornets lead by 2. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we've been watching from the Hornets.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Nurkic, and it's Okogie in at the small forward position. Now here's LeVert. Still without a basket. Lays it up off the glass. LeVert's got the lead up to 2 now for Atlanta.
Now there's a reason Karis LeVert shoots well from the field. This guy is great at picking great opportunities.
Hawks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. LaMelo Ball came in like a storm into this NBA, Doris, but hasn't been able to stay healthy since.
It's so true, Kevin, and that's unfortunate because the skill is apparent every time he plays. He's a game changer with his size and his playmaking. The NBA is better off because of the flair and the style he brings when he is healthy.
And the shot goes in. Ball's got 8.
What a finish by LaMelo Ball. Thin frame, but that length at 6'7", he can mix it up now.
LeVert the pass to Okongwu. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Okongwu's now got the lead back up to 4 now for the Hawks. Outside, Ball. Pass to Bridges. Fires from the line. A rebound by Johnson. The Hawks leading by 4. Stolen by Ball. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Knocked loose. It's LeVert on the wing. He's covered by Ball. Pass to Rizichet. Okongwu with the screen for Rizichet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Driving to the basket. And Okongwu slams it in.
And this kid, Rizichet, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
Had to alter his release at the last possible moment and somehow still gets it to go.
Okongwu finds LeVert. Doris, it's great to see the excitement that surrounds women's basketball currently, isn't it?
It's great, Kevin, that these incredible players with a high skill level are being acknowledged, not only for that skill, but the quality of play, the competitive spirit of these women. They have worked as hard, and they should get as much recognition.
Pass to Okongwu. Back to Daniels. Now Okongwu. Rizachet with it. Really played well against Brooklyn in his last outing.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And Miller throws it down hard.
Add that to the highlight reel for Miller. I'm sure it'll grow quickly.
59 seconds left to play in the first half. Daniels kicks to Okongwu. Kept alive by Atlanta. Pass to Rizachet. Now Levert. 6 on the shot clock. Second shot opportunity. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Charlotte ball.
There's 38 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Wow, LaMelo is always a tough matchup, but tonight, almost impossible.
And here's Daniels. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Nets in Brooklyn. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Here's Ball. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Ball's got 14.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's Atlanta. They're up by 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And get ready for the fan half.
Hey, folks, welcome.
Sometimes we overlook it, but the defense has been stingy tonight, like a bee. It's just stinging you.
And moving along, a metric for that first half. Look, that is more than enough of us. Let's send.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
They've got George Niang. Clint Capella is out there with Terrence Mann. And Gay is in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And it's Capella missing. Charlotte trailing. When you look at the game of Mark Williams, Doris, what impresses you the most?
Well, probably his size and athleticism. That combination makes him an immediate fit. He understands which shots to take on the offensive end, seems to have a great feel for how to position himself on the defensive end and how to mix it up on the glass.
Here's Krejci, 3-pointer, hits the 3-point line. Krejci's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for Atlanta. Here's Mann, defended by Mann. Mann can't hit.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Here's Krejci. Pass to Capella. There's the triple. They grab their own miss. Niang with the ball. Shot clock at 6. Takes it inside.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
I'll tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Moore outside. And there's the foul. It'll go on Terrence Mann. That is his first foul of the game. Outside Williams. Williams has a screen for Williams. Drills the three-pointer. Williams has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Grant Williams has proven he can be a reliable threat from deep.
Here's Mann, defended by Mann. And he gets the bucket. Mann's got his second bucket.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Here's Mann. Rebound by the Hawks.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have, just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Moore with the steal. Here's Mann, defended by Mann. Outside, Green. And the layup's good off the glass. Green's got his first 2 points of the night.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
2 minutes remaining.
Now, Mann. Out left to the wing. Capella with a screen on Green. Pocket 6. Niang passes to Mann. It's good. Mann's got his third basket of the night right there.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Green, the screen. Top of the key. Mann can't hit.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Now, here's Capella. Defense is right there. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Driving in. Mann passes to Niang. Pass to Krejci. A three-pointer is right on target. Krejci's got the lead up to 8 now for the Hawks.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Green, the screen. There's 47 seconds left in the third. Williams has a screen for Green. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Green's got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Here's Gay. He's guarded by Williams. Off with the layup. Outside, Green. Going inside. Goes to the reverse layup and puts it in. Green's got 7 points. The Hawks leading by 3.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Well, it's amazing. If you finish quarters the right way, it can have such a great impact on the outcome of the game.
Rebounded by Moore.
The officials will have 2 minutes to
The quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Hawks lead by 1. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
intense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Nurkic is out there with Bridges, and it's Okogie in at small forward. And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That's foul number 2 for him. So it's the Hawks now. It's a one-point game. LeVert kicks to Daniels. And the foul called on Brandon Miller. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Riza with it. 5 on the clock. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Hawks lead by 3.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Back to Ball. Count that bucket.
What an electrifying game by LaMelo Ball. Is anyone more exciting than this young guy?
Daniels with it. He's against Miller. Now Riza pass to LeVert. Launches a 3. Bridges with the board. Here are the Hornets with the ball. Ball finds Miller to take the lead. It's a hand on it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Okogie's got his first points of the game.
Boy, I admire the effort that Josh Okogie brings to the court. This guy never gives up on a play.
Here's Riza back to Daniels. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. Bridges. It's stolen. And now here comes Daniel. Leading the break. And stolen by Miller. And they're moving it up. Ball kicks to Miller. Drives to the hoop. And Miller throws it down hard.
Already, Miller showing he has no problem in the big moments. How about the gut from that young man?
Daniels passes to LeVert. Back to Daniels. Jacks up a 3. The Hornets pull it in. And there's the call on Riza. That's his first foul.
His first. Team second.
There's 1:59 left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Ball. To the right side. Okogie for 3. Bridges passes to Okogie. 6 to shoot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. The coach's challenge has been issued. A game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
Detail what used to the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they
got it right with the review.
Well, it's no secret, guys, that Karis LeVert can flat out score the basketball. I think the key for him moving forward, just become more and more efficient because the ability is there.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
Bridges sets the screen for Ball, and Ball slams it in.
LaMelo living the life. That is a big-time bucket. Go ahead.
Daniels with it. He's against Miller. And here's Daniels. Kicks it out to Johnson. Got it!
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Bridges outside. And it's Miller. It's out the key. Good!
Wow, the young sir, Brandon Miller, in a big moment. I got you, folks.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here is Daniels, covered by Miller. Daniels with it. Now, here's Okongwu. So a close game sees Charlotte taking this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled.
To me, the visiting team should...
Time to start the week. And here's the look now at the last few months of assist numbers for Josh Giddey.
They've got to be happy about how many more assists he's been dishing out lately. He's got a pass-first mentality, and with how well he's been distributing, that's a very good thing. His teammates love playing with him.
And the starting group for Chicago. Buzelis out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then there's Dosunmu. Then it's Kobe White. And it's Giddey in at the 2. And for the Hawks, Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Karis LeVert is out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's Risachet in at the 3.
Love it when Vucevic attacks with intent. He has the size and strength to dominate around the cut.
Back to LeVert. There's a screen. Count that one. It's that time of the year, everyone. Opening night for these two teams in this new NBA season.
And we've been waiting all summer, BA, to kick this thing off. So much excitement, so much hope, so much possibility. I'm sure both of these teams are going to come out with a lot of jitters and nervous energy, but we're going to settle in, and we're going to see the highest level of play right in front of us. It's time for the NBA to get it started.
Now here's Johnson. And they call an illegal screen here.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul called.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Pass to Buzelis. Goes up on the wing, and the jumper falls for him.
Well, we're still getting to know Buzelis a bit, but his game, I'll tell you this, he's got a sweet shot.
Here's Daniels. Giddey defends. Outside for LeVert. Johnson a screen on White. To the middle. And Johnson gets it to go on the assist from LeVert. Johnson's gotten his second bucket.
Well, a good start here. That's Trey for Trey, and that's Spanish for Trey.
And you look at the history of the Hawks, Brent, they've won one NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, BA, tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
Here's Daniels. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense, not really a factor.
The short stroke of Vucevic when he added that three-point shot in his 6th season. He has loads of trust in his jumper.
Offensive rebound. Pass to Okongwu. It's LeVert on the wing. Clock at 6. Here's Daniels. From the arc. Not going to go that time. From deep, Giddey. No luck on that one. Atlanta's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Here's Okongwu. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Giddey passes to Dosunmu. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey.
And Giddey, just that 6th sense to find the open man.
There's a minute 54 left in the first. It's Daniels with a drive. And here's LeVert for 3. Gets the 3 to fall. LeVert's got 5.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth. Showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. The Hawks trailing. Here's Daniels. Another three for Atlanta.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
White, the pass to Vucevic. Outside White. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. For Atlanta, they've gone 5 of 9 from the floor. LeVert finds Johnson. Back to LeVert. From downtown, and Atlanta hits again from deep.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
A chance to go 2 for 1.
And you really must play this just right.
They set a pick. Pass to Buzelis. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Hawks. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
And in the last meeting, they were the better defensive team. They were the disruptors, causing turnovers all over the place.
It was definitely that defense that carried them to that huge win that night. You have to figure they'll be primed to wreak even more havoc here in this one.
Just 5 to shoot. Risacher. Count the basket.
And there's the ability to finish for Risacher. Nobody scares him at the rim.
White with it. From deep, Giddey. From beyond the arc, and then some.
I mean, once he crosses the timeline, you need to pick him up. He can drop it in from way back.
And that... And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Hawks?
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
And so in the game for the Bulls, they've got Nikola Vucevic. Kobe White out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Buzelis, and it's Dosunmu in at the small forward position.
And his struggles have been apparent. Unable to make an impact scoring the ball.
LeVert goes against Giddey. Now here's LeVert, tightly guarded. From down in the low post, it goes.
Yeah, that's inexcusable. I mean, the defense must push LeVert farther away from the basket than that.
It's White with a drive. Rejected by Okongwu. Here's Risacher on the take.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Now here's White. Defense is right there. Vucevic finds Giddey. Picked by Vucevic. From the high post. The rebound by the Hawks. Okongwu's got 5 rebounds tonight. LeVert goes in, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Here's Daniels. Giddey defends. Daniels, that one's true. Daniels has got 5 points.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Now here's White. Defense right on him. Inside. Oh, and Johnson with a block. LeVert outside. And he drives in. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. LeVert's got 6 in the quarter.
And LeVert is a tremendous athlete. Once he gets into the lane, he's terrific at finding ways to finish.
Picked by Vucevic. Here's Buzelis. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose a dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger. Now here's LeVert. 14 points for him. Back to Daniels. LeVert outside. The Hawks need to get one up here, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Brent, something we've all noticed lately. Is the small ball era starting to wind down?
Well, BA, I think in people's minds when you say small ball, they're thinking about 6'1" guys on the court. That's not what we're talking about. It's a skilled game, and I don't think the small ball skilled game is going anywhere anytime soon.
Well, Mattis Buzelis certainly has good size, but what catches my eye are his skills. He can handle the ball and make smart decisions on the floor, which is so important for a rookie.
He's perfect from the line this time.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
White against LeVert. Pass to Daniels. And that one is hammered home.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that one.
Here's Buzelis. The three is up. The rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's LeVert. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That was good. LeVert's got 16 points now.
What a soft touch on the floater. LeVert has a great sense for when to take his shot.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Daniels. The kick out to Johnson. The 3 ball. And it's cleared by Vucevic. And White has got the ball here for the Bulls. Trailing by 13. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road.
And that's a promising shot for Buzelis.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Daniels passes to LeVert. Got a hand on it, and they get it back. Outside Johnson. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Boy, is he dynamic. Jalen Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
The first free throw is good.
2 shots.
And that's good as he hits both shots. Eight seconds left in the second quarter. Daniels passes to LeVert. With 1 on the clock. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Atlanta earning this break in the action. Up 10. Okay, Ali, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
Taking a look here at Chicago, they don't get their home opener until next game. But tonight, they start this new season on the road.
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Hawks.
Well, they're playing bully ball inside.
And that's it for halftime.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Caris LeVert.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
They've got Terrence Mann. Larry Nance is out there with Clint Capella. Then there's George Niang. And it's Krejci in at the 2 guard. So that's the Hawks 5. Bulls trail by 10. The 3 from Ball. And it's Niang with the rebound. Here we go, 1-on-1. Here's Krejci. Sends it home from 3-point land.
Many times you don't like that shot selection, but sometimes when you're just feeling it in transition, when no one's on you, great shot there. Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
Krejci, the pass to Mann. From outside the arc. 6 on the shot clock. Driving to the basket. It's hauled in by Herter. The Bulls have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Williams from long range. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Might be time for the coaching staff to bust out a play for him to get going. 0 for 4 to start the half.
Ball with a steal. In transition, here they come. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball. All right, let's take a second to view the 2K leaderboard and look at last season's top scoring squads. 5th on the list, the Hawks.
And last year, I liked watching this team operate on the offensive end. The ball movement, the patience, the confidence. You love seeing all that come together. Scoreless in their first 5 attempts since halftime. It's getting ugly.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Krejci's got 6 here in the quarter.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Atlanta leading by 16. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. No good with the triple. And Chicago has possession. Searching for that first bucket here in the third. And Ball gets it to go.
No hesitation from Lonzo on that perimeter shot.
Here's Krejci. 6 points for him. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Up top Ball.
Sometimes Lonzo's got to put the defense on their heels and start attacking with some aggression. In that play, he did so.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
2 shots.
And the second free throw is good. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Pass to Krejci. Launches a three. Nails it from beyond the arc. Krejci's got 9.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Outside, Williams. Horton Tucker with it. Out to the right wing. Ball passes to Williams. The kick out to Ball. Launches it. Nance pulls down the board.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. It might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
And that one's good. Man.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Ball looks over the floor. The Bulls with another miss.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
Out left to the wing. A minute and a half left to play in the third quarter of basketball. The kick out to Nance. There's a screen. He takes it in. Over to the left wing. 3 on the clock. To the inside. Goes back up. Niang outside. Now here's man. Hounded by Ball. Here's Krejci. And at last, they get one to fall. Krejci's got 11 points here in the second half.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight. Like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Here's Collins to stop the run. The rebound by the Hawks.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
And it's Krejci missing. And Ball will bring it up here for the Chicago Bulls. And here's Collins for 3. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time. Collins has got his first 3 points of the game.
Wow, where does this offense go when Collins is able to make 3s?
Offensive rebound. And stolen by Herter. A deep 3 from Ball. Horton Tucker, the pass to Collins. Going inside. Outside man. 4-3. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks looking in total control. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was the choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. On the court for the Bulls, getting the fourth quarter going. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Kobe White. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Dosunmu in at the small forward position. The Hawks lead by 20. From deep three-point land. And it's Dosunmu with the rebound.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
White, the pass to Dosunmu. And you look around the league. Brent, are small market teams having a moment?
Well, BA, these teams have done a very good job of positioning themselves well. If you look back over the past couple years, what have they done? Well, they've had themselves a lot of pick, a lot of good fortune moving up in the draft in some cases. These teams aren't going anywhere.
Three-pointer, Buzelis. Atlanta with a rebound. Capella's got 8 rebounds in the game. Here's Krejci from behind the arc. No good. He's shooting 5 for 12 so far. And a fast break now for the Bulls. Boy, left it right in the sweet spot with the lob. Nicely done.
Yeah, something Giddey has always done well is share the ball. Tough to miss that wide open man.
Out to the wing. Niang outside. Over to the left wing. The three is up. Atlanta again missing.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night. It does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Here's Krejci. And he slams it in one-handed.
I think we can say that shot is well within his range.
Yeah, let's hope so. Now here's White. He's guarded by man. No good on the triple. The Hawks lead by 17. Here's Krejci. Over Giddey. Capella controls the rebound and the putback.
Capella, one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. It's because of his activity.
And he comes up with a bucket.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Here's Krejci. Launches it from deep. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Dosunmu. This one for 3. They get it back. The kick out to White. Puts up a 3. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got 3 assists now in this one.
And Josh Giddey just does a great job of reading the floor.
Now here's man. Here's Krejci. Now Nance. Drives to the hoop. And Nance with the slam.
Well, the mobility part of Larry Nance Jr. is such a huge advantage. At his size, he moves so well around the basket and also gets up quickly off the floor.
Three-pointer, Buzelis. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Hawks.
They made a point to get some good looks.
Yes, they were able to pound the ball inside. I love it.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. Pass to White. Here's Buzelis. He's guarded by Nance. That one falls. Atlanta's gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. Man, the pass to Nance. And again, it's Atlanta.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
I love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Pass to Krejci. Now here's Niang, covered by Vucevic. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Capella's got to use the tools that he has, and it's that size on offense that he can command the defense's attention.
Good on the second one. 23 seconds left in the final quarter. White looking it over. Pass to Buzelis. Back to White. And so it's Atlanta easily grabbing this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous.
Time for the NBA. And a look here at the passing numbers over the last several months for Josh Giddey.
The trend they've got to be pleased about is how many more assists he's been racking up. He's developed a pass-first mentality, and as well as he's been dishing it, that's a very good sign. All the guys around him are loving playing with him with the way things are going.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. They've got Josh Giddey. Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Kobe White, and it's Dosunmu in at the small forward position. And for Charlotte, the guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Nurkic, and it's Okogie in at the 3, the small forward. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, T.A., Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
Yep, that one goes in there.
With his soft touch around the rim, Buzelis should score a lot of points in the paint over his career.
Bridges a screen on Giddey. Out to Bridges. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Here's Buzelis, and he comes up with the deuce.
How about that finish by Buzelis, the rookie, getting it done.
Ball against Giddey. Right side, Ball. Good, nice job down low.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Now, here is Miller. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Oh, and he misses the dunk. Dosunmu with it, now guarded by Ball. Here's Buzelis. Hornets with the rebound. This time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
Yeah, and that comes down to playing reckless defense. They need to have more discipline and do a better job of guarding without fouling.
Good.
Well, at first, White shows the burst. Then the control off the drive.
Ball against Giddey. Kick by Bridges. There's the lob to Bridges. Up high to stuff the alley-oop. Hey, Coach, it's NBA opening night, one of the best dates on the calendar. I know you're as excited as I am.
I sure am. Finally, Kevin, we get some games that count. We've been waiting months for tonight, and I love how at this point, everybody has playoff aspirations.
A lot of optimism, isn't there, Coach?
There sure is. This is the best day of the year.
Now here's White. His last outing, he had 18 points. Buzelis sends a screen for White, and White slams it in.
Explosive move by White, going right up to the rim.
Ball surveying the defense. Pass to Nurkic. 1:22 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Okogie. The shot misses. The Bulls leading by 3. Now Giddey, coming off a solid outing against Miami. White goes in, and then Buzelis with the dunk.
And how about the patience from Buzelis and the body control? He doesn't rush through that play.
To stop the run, Bridges shot, good.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Here's White. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. White's got 9.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, It's been an important part of why they're leading.
Ball, the pass to Bridges. Chicago grabs the miss.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Buzelis. That shot off the mark. Bridges with some nice defense. Miller against White. Shots good by Miller. 5 seconds left in the first. Here's White. And he hits the buzzer beater.
Big time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
Oh, man.
Kobe White, he's been feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the Chicago Bulls. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll return shortly. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Nurkic is out there with Bridges, and it's Okogie in at the 3 slot. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with.
Hey, yo, right here.
Buzelis sets a screen for Giddey. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Hornets trail by 8. Looking at the Hornets, Greg, they're still in pursuit of their first trip to the NBA Finals.
And Kevin, I hope it happens soon because their fan base deserves it. They've stuck with this team through some difficult years. It's about time they get rewarded.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for Most Improved Player. He says, I always tried to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. To the paint, here's Giddey. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Bridges finds Nurkic. Ball with a wide open look. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Well, we've really seen White raise his game as a scorer. He can be relentless at times, like right now. Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
Vucevic setting the pick for White. And White with the stuff.
And right now, White red hot. Just everything he puts up seems to go in.
Miller outside. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
And what an incredible talent Miller is. What a ferocious finish there.
Here's Buzelis. Defended by Bridges. Here's White. And White slams it in.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And Buzelis gets the whistle that time.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. For the Hornets, they come into this one following a loss to the Raptors in Toronto.
And doesn't take much to get Buzelis up to the rim. He just pops off the floor and is right there.
Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Miller against White. Pass to Buzelis. driving inside.
Slick drive by Buzelis. He moves well for a guy that size.
Hornets trail by 12. And Ball slams it in.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Good work there as it goes. White's got the lead up to 12 now for the Bulls.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to. Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points. White looking around. Inside, Vucevic. A slam dunk by Vucevic.
Yeah, just powerful stuff from Vucevic.
Here's Bridges, and Bridges jams it in.
Oh, just an impressive dunker of the basketball. I love how Bridges just takes the initiative and gets funky with his throwdown.
And the foul called on Brandon Miller.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul. It's stolen.
Well, that's what you want to do, but he didn't have the angle to get the pass in there.
Ball kicks to Miller. And it's Miller with the jam.
Add that to the highlight reel for Miller. I'm sure it'll grow quickly.
The Bulls leading by 8. Now here's White. He's got 24. He takes it in, and White with the stuff.
Well, what a half he's had. He has completely warped the shape of this game with his hot shooting.
Here's Ball. And he makes good on the layup. Ball's got 10 points in the quarter. And so it's Chicago, holding on to an 8-point lead, heading into the break. Shooting the ball so well in this one, a great performance from the field. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Taking a look here at Chicago, they don't get their home opener until next game. But tonight, they start this new season on the road. Kind of like...
And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half for the Chicago Bulls.
They've made it fun to watch.
Thank you for being with us.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You know, you have to like what we're seeing from Kobe White.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. They've got Kevin Herter all out there with Taylor Horton-Tucker. Then it's Collins, and it's Smith in at the 4. So, Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season. It was your first year as an NBA assistant. And, of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in that season. Unbelievable.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in. We had only...
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
Shooting for Chicago, Lonzo Ball at the line for 2.
Constitutes the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
Gotta respect how quickly Ball gets to the rack. I mean, if you give him the lane to the rim, he is going to exploit it quickly.
Here's Williams. Hits the layup after the sweep pump fake to freeze the D. Williams has got his first bucket of the night. Ball surveying the defense. And Ball slams it in.
Ball finishes with power, not just going for the layup, solid at throwing it down deep inside.
Here's Green. Collins grabs the miss. Chicago leading by 11. Outside, Ball. They get it back. Smith kicks to Ball. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Smith finishing it off.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Green inside. He's defended by Herter. Misses the finger roll. Bulls have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Ball, the pass to Horton Tucker. Here's Smith. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, they've come out of the break confidently. 4 of their first 5 here to start the second half.
Hornets trail by 15 to the inside. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract limits. Commissioner Silver says we used to refer to it as dead money. A star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, and in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, DA, that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Outside, Ball. Screened by Smith. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 9 points in the quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And so is Charles Lee calling timeout. He wants to talk to his guys.
Now to see the numbers for Williams. How he did last season. Last season put up about 10 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
Yeah, look, it's not about being a stat stuffer. It's about being a guy coaches can count on and an asset to the team as a whole.
Here's Mann. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Herter, marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Mann passes to Green. Shoots over Horton Tucker. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
The Hornets shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Ball against Moore, and there's a foul called on Trey Mann.
Third personal foul.
And that'll be his third foul so far. Goes up off the inbound. Herter, no good. Hornets trail by 16. On the wing, Mann. Defended by Horton Tucker. There's a screen by Williams. Man passes to Williams. Kick out to Moore. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. They set the pick. Another shot. Williams finds Moore. For three. And Williams throws it down.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. And so it's Chicago with a 14-point lead. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Nurkic, and it's Okogie in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Here's White. Nailed from three-point land. White's got 29.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Bridges, no one around him. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Miller against White. Oh, Vucevic in position. Stolen by Ball. On the wing, Bridges. It's deflected.
Making good use of his length. Buzelis able to track down the block that time.
And Vucevic throws it down.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And the 3 off target.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Nurkic against Vucevic. Nurkic in the post. Comes up empty down low. Chicago leading by 16. Outside, White. Here's Giddey. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Bridges. Miller surveying the floor. Back to Bridges. It's rebounded by Giddey. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. That one doesn't go. Excellent D there from Ball.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the 2 biggest would be this. I think number 1, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that. That I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again. And then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. That's got to be just, excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
Ball from long range. It's rebounded by Giddey. Giddey's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Inside. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Outside, Ball. They need this, and it's good on the way up. Ball's got 19 points.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Chicago.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kobe White.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open, taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And it's Miller with the jam. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's White. Fires the three. Rebound by Nurkic. And here we go with Miller running up the court. Chicago grabs the miss. Here's Buzelis. Pass to Vucevic. Here's Buzelis. From deep. Bridges with the board. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Ball fires from way outside. Misses the deep three-point attempt.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking them up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight.
Nothing. Quite like the first game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
Well, you know, BA, for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason pay off.
And now the Atlanta Hawks starters. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Risacher in at the 3 spot. Now here's Miller. To the paint. Here's Ball. Good D by Okongwu.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
LeVert goes in, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And LeVert is always aggressive. I like that mindset of his, especially in how he drives to the rim playing downhill. Goes there with a lot of speed.
Now here's Miller. Takes it inside, and he gets it to go.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Now LeVert. Pass to Daniels. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Boy, LeVert gets really good elevation when finishing. So smooth around the rim.
There's a screen. And that's a foul called on Onyeka Okongwu. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Bridges outside. There's a screen by Nurkic. 6 to shoot. Robbed. Johnson against Miller. Pass to Okongwu. Shoots over Ball. Here's Daniels. There's the 3. The rebound by Bridges. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
If they want to beat these guys this time, they have to do better on the glass. That was their undoing.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
Clark, you look at the scoring ability of Miles Bridges. Most nights he feels like he has an advantage.
And I would agree with that when you think about defenders trying to slow down Miles Bridges. Most guys are either too slow or not strong enough to deal with him. As a result, he's able to make it tough for just about anybody who guards him.
Now here's Okongwu. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Nets in Brooklyn.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. BA?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks. Here's Daniels. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And he also dominated the glass out there. He hit the boards hard and often.
Now here's Johnson. They're leading by 8. LeVert passes to Johnson. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. The Hornets have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. No one covering.
No hesitation there from Ball, letting it fly from distance.
1:33 left in the first quarter. And here's Okongwu for 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Down low. Here's Nurkic. And Nurkic Nurkic throws it down.
Oh, the big man, Nurkic, from super close range.
LeVert outside. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Now went on ball.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
And when healthy, LeVert is a problem. A multi-dimensional guard who can score, pass, and rebound at an impressive clip.
Now here's Miller. There's the drive. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Here's Daniels following the bucket by the Hornets. Pass to Okongwu. Atlanta misses again.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
And Miles Bridges is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Daniels. LeVert outside. Back to Daniels. Takes the 3, and they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. It's a tie game in Charlotte. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from Charlotte?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
On the floor for Atlanta, Risachet and Johnson, they're the forwards. Karis LeVert is out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's Okongwu in at the 5, down low. It's stolen away. Johnson for 3. Hornets with the rebound. Here's Miller. Top of the key jumper, no good.
No defender in sight. He tries to take initiative, but ultimately comes away empty-handed.
And here's Okongwu for 3. Rebounded by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Ball. There's the drive. And Ball throws it down.
Among the best ball handlers in the league, for sure. LaMelo right to the rack.
It's hard to question the energy LaMelo Ball brings to the court every night, Clark.
It certainly is, and it's contagious, B.A. That's what I like about it. He elevates other guys. As a teammate playing with LaMelo, he elevates your energy level because you got to match his. He gives the team, I think, a nice edge in being able to perform on a consistent basis.
And on the glass, Nurkic makes it look easy, using his reach to snatch the ball and get a shot of his own.
Ball against LeVert. Back to Daniels. The kick out to Johnson. Pass to Okongwu. It's stolen by Nurkic. Now the Hornets moving it up. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Hornets.
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
And also, the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition. Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Ball looks over the floor. Miller outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Brandon Miller. That's his first foul of the game.
I I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Knocks it down from distance.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
There's Ball with a 3. The rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got 4 rebounds now. Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Lets the 3 fly. Daniels misses. Charlotte has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, Brandon Miller caught some flack when he named Paul George as his GOAT, but PG-13 said, I know what he meant by it. Obviously, I'm not the greatest of all time, but it's about who inspires you. Miller, for his part, knocked backing down and saying, how the league is built now, Paul George is the right person to study for this generation. Ryan?
Allie, thanks. Here's Daniels. 9 points in the game. And here's Okongwu for 3. Okogie pulls down the board. Bridges down low. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Nurkic. While we have a moment, let's check out the highest scoring teams in the league last season. 5th on the list, the Hawks.
And last year, I liked watching this team operate on the offensive end. The ball movement, the patience, the confidence. You love seeing all that come together.
LeVert goes against Ball. Fires for 3. Daniels misses. The Hornets have gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. Ball no good. The Hawks have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. And here's Okongwu for 3. Atlanta again missing.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Out to Bridges. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Such a threat to score. It's tough not to jump on Bridges' fake right there.
It's his first trip to the line.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe. He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
It's Daniels with a drive, and the rebound goes to Charlotte. Nurkic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Yeah, still close. Their tough play on the boards. We're certainly seeing the effort.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And LeVert is a tremendous athlete. Once he gets into the lane, he's terrific at finding ways to finish.
Miller outside. Ball outside. And out of bounds. The Hawks will have it.
Goes to Atlanta.
Here's Daniels. There's the triple. Fires in the triple. Daniels has got 12 points. 1 second left. It doesn't go for him. So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Look here now at Charlotte. You really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big.
And now looking at the Hornets, a very close game so far.
Once they gain position underneath the backboard, it's hard to push them out of there.
Glad you could join us. Ryan Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one. As Both teams trying to gain an edge. And this is a star-driven league, but talk about the importance of role players, Grant.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
Josh Green out there with Trey Mann. Then there's Mark Williams, and it's Williams, and it's Moore in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Outside, Green. Shot clock at 6. Second shot opportunity. Capella with a block.
Over a 7'4" wingspan for Clint Capella. That's long, folks, and makes him an intimidating shot blocker.
Atlanta is shooting an average of 43% from the floor. Pass to Krejci. They set the pick for the lead. That shot off.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
Williams in the post. He's guarded by Nance. Here's Mann. Charlotte again missing.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Niang, no good. The Hornets have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Moore passes to Williams. Williams with the screen. And that one's good. Man. And the Hornets lead by 2.
You know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
In the middle of his 3rd year in the league, Clark, Trey Mann was traded out of OKC.
Yeah, that team was so deep, that Thunder team, B.A. It was hard for Mann to find playing time, and now he's got a chance to play more with the expanded minutes. He's shown you that he can get it done at both ends.
That gives them the lead. Krejci's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Moore. No points so far. From deep. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
Well, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. And tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Count it.
For Williams, those inside points are critical. I mean, I think he's most effective when he's getting points everywhere.
Outside man. 3-pointer. Hits the trifecta.
They've had a hard time shutting down the 3-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Now here's Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Man, the pass to Moore. They set the screen. The 3 on target from range. And now a 3-point Charlotte lead.
In order to create effective spacing, you need enough guys on the floor that can hit from downtown.
Pass to Krejci. A minute 22 left in the 3rd quarter.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
Takes a 3. And no good.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Here's Williams. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter. Here's Krejci. An absolute bomb from 3-point range.
Oh, some staggering display of range here. I mean, that took some serious confidence.
Now here's Mann. He's guarded by Mann. And here's Green from the arc. Sinks it from distance. Green's got 5 points.
And when it comes to the 3, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
Here's Krejci. He has 6. Fires from deep. The shot no good. Hornets leading by 5. Green, the pass to man. Here's Williams. Over to the wing. And George Niang gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
9 seconds left in the third quarter. They set the pick. With 1 on the clock. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Hornets. They're up by 5. Quinn Snyder with some words for his players.
Everybody keep shooting the ball. All right, jumpers will go. All right, they come in flurries.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the floor for Atlanta, Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Risache in at the small forward position.
And leaking out well in transition. I mean, I like seeing Daniels get rewarded for hustling.
Here's Ball. Ball ventures inside and converts.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Stolen by Ball. Here's Miller. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time. Ball's got 3 assists now in this one. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Hornets?
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end. Tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And also attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
Now here's Bridges. Back to Nurkic. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Second.
That one on Johnson.
Yeah, someone who has battled injuries. Great to see Yusuf Nurkic out there tonight.
Yusuf Nurkic taking 2.
And he sinks the second. And Atlanta with possession here. 9-point game. Daniels passes to LeVert. Back to Daniels. Lets it go from deep. Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Daniels has got 4 points in the quarter.
Just a great follow-up move by Daniels. Coaches love guys who are ready to fight for the play.
There's a screen by Nurkic. Ball no good. Hawks trail by 7. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. And here's Okongwu. Back to LeVert. Just 5 on the clock. Beyond the arc. Miller pulls it in. Charlotte leading by 7. To the middle. Here's Bridges. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. The Hawks have gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. He got a piece of it.
And he just continued to work for the block. Miller not letting up an ounce of effort.
LeVert goes against Ball. Rebound Atlanta. Okongwu's got his 6th rebound on the night. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Here's Daniels. Nails it from 3. Daniels has got 19 points.
And how about Daniels embracing the spotlight? He loves hitting these big-time shots.
Ball right side. Miller outside. Pass to Okogie. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
Well, I like this from Okogie. I mean, still refining his perimeter game, so he makes his presence felt inside.
Here's Daniels. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
He's done so much damage from beyond the arc, and he's still hitting those big shots.
And it's a big one. What a performance from long range. Remarkable.
Now here's Ball. Miller outside. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. And the Hornets lead by 5.
How about Miller rising to the occasion? Talk about coming up clutch. Big time.
Daniels passes to Johnson. Off target from three-point range.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that.
Now here's Miller. Out to Bridges. And the foul called on Karis LeVert. That's his first foul of the game.
Foul. Second team foul.
Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Into the lane. And it's Bridges with the jam.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Miller with it. And so the big win by Charlotte in a tight game. Boy, a hard-fought game.